Remington made a response to my video, and unfortunately, I am now blocked from both his Instagram and his comment section on YouTube, where I try to express my opinion there, but instead I will do it here. Quickly, I would like to do a reaction to his response video and let you know what I think before I release the Anabar video, which there's no more claiming that this was so long ago and he was young and naive.
I'm just gonna come out and say that although I think stealing is a very strong word with zero context, I am guilty and I have never looked guiltier in my life.
From the very first sentence, I am like, wow, even though he says stealing is a loose term, I am guilty and I've never looked more guilty. Like, he almost could not say it without smiling. I respected the shit out of that. Already at this point, I am literally screenshotting it and putting on my story like, good on you, bro. That's dope that you are literally admitting fault.
And when it came time to make a recipe, I would Google, read a forum, protein recipes. I would try to find something I could make literally, strictly for content. But to be honest, when I made those videos, I never, ever once even thought that I was stealing. I never looked at it that way. And it's funny because in retrospect, now that I look at like myself and I'm now like a recipe channel, I look at it that way.
The funny thing is that almost everyone that's defending Remington in the comment section is saying you can't steal a recipe, yet he is fully admitting that now that he's a recipe channel, he understands. And I really don't think that the people that don't make YouTube content and that don't create recipes don't understand the time and the effort that really goes into it. So I'm also respecting the fact that he is saying that, you know, I understand that that looks like stealing now, and I believe that that is stealing.
There were some other accusations made saying some of my recipes are similar, which I'm gonna call BS on that.
At this point, I'm really getting worried that he's only using the, it was so long ago, I was young and naive, especially that he's just calling BS on recipes that are extremely similar and never acknowledging the person that commented that say that they originally had the recipe in the first place.
As far as Sam the Cooking Guy, that is a channel I watch all the time. I love Sam. You know what? I've taken inspiration from everywhere I can find it. Anybody that knows me in person, that knows how hard I work for this and how proud I am of what I do, knows my character, understands that my intention or my goal was never to rip anybody off or steal from anybody. And as far as my cookbook goes, a lot of those recipes, when I first launched my cookbook, I put them in there because it was every recipe for my channel. Once again, I wasn't thinking at all that I was like stealing someone else's recipe or doing anything. I just didn't even think of it.
It is so frustrating that he's acting like all of the recipes I presented were from like 4 to 5 years ago. I purposely made the video leading up to this very month of inspiration or copying straight up that he did to show that this isn't just old. This isn't just a one-off. This isn't just old stuff and he changed his ways. This is up until today. And he says, yeah, I get inspiration from Sam the Cooking Guy. Well, if you do, why don't you say it in that recipe that you make? It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. I don't understand.
Those older videos, yes, I definitely just found recipes, made them, and filmed them. But anything after my cookbook, when I took that hard stance.
And the best part about it is he's like, since my cookbook came out, and his cookbook didn't come out until June. But because it didn't come out until June, technically the protein donut came out 3 months before that, which was an exact copy down to the goddamn voila. So you can't take that stance because you're just trying to defend the fact that it didn't come out, or it came out before the cookbook. So it's okay because it came out 3 months before the cookbook. No, but you're actually trying to say that it was 4 or 5 years ago and that you were much younger and dumber. Come on.
You might be able to really take a telescope and try to find all these similarities and connect all these dots and have this murder suspect board up with strings going. You can try to build all that as much as you want. You can try to find those connections, but at the end of the day, all I'm doing is making content.
Essentially what he's saying here is I'm just trying to put out content to make products. You may be able to prove that I copied something, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to put out content so I could push my Anabar, so I could push my green supplement, so I could push my protein powder. That's exactly what he's saying in a roundabout way, because what he's about to say is even more damning on itself, because he goes from saying I'm guilty to this.
And if you're expecting some massive apology, you're expecting me to get on here and be like, I am so sorry for, no, I really don't feel sorry. I feel like I messed up. I was younger. My channel was not in the place it is right now.
This is very similar to the iron muskets case at the end of the video. Oh yeah, I'm holding your dead ass wife. I mean, I'm guilty, but I'm not sorry. Oh, this bag of money? Yeah, I took this bag of money from you, but I'm not sorry. Oh, these shoes I just had on? Yeah, I stole these from your house. I'm guilty of it, but I'm not sorry.
What have you done years ago that you forget about that could maybe come sneak up on you?
The donuts were like 14 months ago, bro. Just over a year ago. You can't keep saying this over and over and over. Like, come on.
I made some mistakes. I did some stuff early on in YouTube. I was just making content. That's it.
It's just funny that in the modcast, you said you had to disconnect yourself from other people that were stealing from you, yet you were stealing at the same time. It doesn't make any sense.
When it came time to make a recipe, I would Google, read a forum, protein recipes. I would try to find something I could make literally, strictly for content. You might be able to really take a telescope and try to find all these similarities and connect all these dots and have this murder suspect board up with strings going. You can try to build all that as much as you want. You can try to find those connections. But at the end of the day, all I'm doing is making content. Literally, strictly for content. At the end of the day, all I'm doing is making content.
I almost have the final research in the book for the Anabars, and that will be coming out very soon. So until next time, I will see you in that next one. Deuces.